A problem described by the equation y equals to x squared minus 6x plus c is intersected exactly once in the xy plane by the equation y equals to -1. What is the value of c? Feel free to pause this video and try the problem out for yourself. All right, let's solve the problem together. And don't worry if you weren't able to solve this question, because I think it's quite a challenging question if you don't know how exactly to approach it. And even the explanation I feel like is very confusing. So I think I developed a better way to do it. So if you look here, if you see two equations, chances are it's probably going to be a system of equations question. So you're given y equals to x squared minus 6x plus c, and also given y equals to -1. Y equals to -1. So y is equal to y, so let's set these things equal to each other. So we're going to get that -1 is going to be equal to x squared minus 6x plus c. And we can add 1 to both sides to get 0 is equal to x squared minus 6x plus c plus 1. Alright, so the important thing to note here is that there is only one intersection according to the problem. So if you recall, in the quadratic equation, you have this thing called b squared minus 4ac. Now this is known as the discriminant. And basically, depending on the value of the discriminant, you can have a varying amount of solutions. So if it's positive, you're going to have two solutions to your to an equation like this. If it's 0, you're going to have one solution. And if it's negative, you're going to have no real solution. You're going to have imaginary solutions instead. All right, so if it says there's only one intersection, now one intersection is just a code word for one solution, because the solution of a system of equations is basically the intersection of the graphs. So if you have one solution, then we understand that the discriminant must be equal to 0. So using this information, we can get that 0 is going to be equal to b squared minus 4ac. Now b in this case is going to be this term, so it's going to be -6. A is going to be 1 because there's just, sorry, I'll do that in a different color, because x squared is the same as 1x squared, right? But c, now this c right over here that I circled in red, is not the same c as the c that I'm circling in green. In fact, this c is actually equal to this thing. It's equal to c plus 1. And this is because c is just the constant term. Now, this c right here in the problem is going to be a different constant term than the c in the rearranged system of equations. So we're talking about different c's over here. So 0 is going to be equal to -6 squared minus 4 times 1 times c plus 1. And this means that 0 is going to be equal to 36 minus 4 times c plus 1. So if we want it to be 0, then you're going to have, then this left-hand side is going to have to be, or this right-hand side is going to be equal to 30. Sorry, let me do that in a different color. It's going to have to get, you're going to have to get 36 minus 36, right? And in order to get 36 times minus 36, there's also a 4 in here. So which means that this term over here, this term, c plus 1, has to be equal to 9. So we know that C plus 1 is going to be equal to 9, and therefore C is going to be equal to 8. So this is the correct answer. And that was pretty much all for this video. If this video has given you value or you like this concise, no BS way of teaching, then please consider supporting the channel. Regardless, thank you so much for your time and attention, and good luck with your studies.